To me, Star Wars became such a phenomena because there was a generation that did not have heroes and villains. George Lucas introduced heroes and villains in a mythological tale. So based upon the fact that we were lacking mythological heroes and villains, the groundbreaking special effects and the toys, well, for all these factors, Star Wars was just destined to become a success.
Got a phaser. Did you make that or buy it or? I bought it. They got a Klingon phaser.
Where's Klingon? That's not
I got my white phaser.
It won't make nothing.
Got started, I don't know, about the time the first small Indiana Jones figures came out, because they didn't make the second series. I started making my own. Then it just kind of started from that. Could find a lot of naked 12-inch Star Wars figures, without any suits. It's hard to sell them, so I put them in suits that they didn't come in originally.
I started tattooing, did it for about 6 weeks. Didn't like doing it, but couldn't seem to stop getting them. I get the dirty looks like everyone else does. Most people don't like them or have their opinions. I have to cover them up at work and that type of thing. Sometimes I wish they weren't there, but what's a girl to do? I started with a little Japanimation type style right there.
Where's your next tattoo going to be?
I'm still got a little work to go on here, then probably going to go forearm over here next, as soon as I got the money.
I wanted a real piece of this movie. The toys that were coming out were nice, but even as a kid, well, you knew they were toys. They weren't made of metal and had a nice metal finish and so on. So what I did was I sat down with one of the cards that came with a Star Wars figure, Luke Skywalker's card. On that card was a small, tiny detailed picture of his lightsaber. What I did was I did my best to draw that to scale, drew several sides of that, and handed that to my uncle, and had my uncle build one of these in the shop he was working at the time. It was a very, very rewarding experience to have my own lightsaber at that age. I took up metalworking. Specifically, I was an assembler. I was just so fascinated by the machining operations that were going on that on my lunch hour, I would go over to coworkers and ask them to show me how to run the specific mills and lathes that they were operating. The very first part that I ever machined out was a piece of stainless steel rod. I tried cutting grooves into it to see if I could imitate the grooves on a lightsaber. My sabers are designed primarily around a centralized body with aluminum tubing placed over the centralized body to give it a nice metal finish and to give it substance. My most current designs of lightsabers involved a small aluminum tube for the main body with aluminum parts that slide over the main body, kind of like so on. And then there are other parts that go on top of that. So everything is kind of telescoping. And then I had custom aluminum extrusions that will saddle these tubes in certain ways. And here's another part as well too. Of course, naturally all these parts are finished through polishing techniques. This system right here of a unitized body has yielded a very efficient design in manufacturing different styles of both the camera and the candlestick style lightsaber. Everybody has a need, whether it be for food, shelter, clothing, or lightsabers, and we all work to achieve our needs. And I would definitely rate lightsabers third or fourth on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The customer that buys the lightsaber wouldn't consider it exploitation, especially if he received a finely crafted piece of artwork at a reasonable price.
Well, they're one-of-a-kind pieces. Some people consider them an art. Mad Max is a new 12-inch Terminator figure with a Cotswold head, slightly customized, and a pair of binoculars and a wrench from Michael's MJ Designs. Pulp Fiction characters here, Jules and Vince. They're both made from G.I. Joe Classic Collection bodies, Blues Brothers suits, customized heads. This is Dengar from The Empire Strikes Back. It's made from regular Stormtrooper armor, slightly customized outfit. This is just a goblin. Dagobah Luke Skywalker with Yoda. This is Luke Skywalker without his Bespin gear on. This is Garandon from Star Wars. He was the Imperial Snitch. And he's made from a G.I. Joe gas mask, TIE fighter pilot, and a custom cloak. This is Forrest Gump and Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. Forrest is made from New Kids on the Block figure with custom-made shirt, custom sculpted head from a Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter figure. Lieutenant Dan is a grunt figure cut off at the knees with an Alf shirt and a Barbie wheelchair.
What do you suppose fans get out of these shows? What do you think the appeal of them is?
It's fantasy. It's an idea, a dream. Hopefully one day they get to travel through space like their stars have.
I come here for Star Wars.
There's, in my opinion, a major difference between Star Trek and Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans are celebrating their favorite movie by purchasing the collectibles, purchasing props, purchasing costumes. Star Trek fans, or maybe I should say your more extreme Star Trek fans, are trying to relive their favorite television show or favorite movie by actually trying to be a part of it, by recreating the Star Trek universe, by forming their own Klingon contingents, their own Starfleet Federation contingents, and so on. And it's just kind of a matter of extremes, but you won't find the extremes that you find in the Star Trek genre. You won't find the fanatics that are in that as you would in the Star Wars genre.
All right, tell me, what possessed you to put on that suit today?
I'm just a big geek, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unfortunately. Because the chicks certainly don't dig it.